Hello dear subscribers, today I'm going to be teaching you how to cut Iro and Buba. These are the following materials you are going to be needing for this tutorial: tape rule, a pair of scissors, tailor's chalk, long ruler, then of course 5 to 6 yards of fabric. Go into the cutting process. Now we are going to remove our wrapper first before cutting our buba. The wrapper length you use for an average person, or let me say standard wrapper, is 2 yards 12 inches. 2 yards 12 inches. The 12 inches seam allowance, because we are going to use 2 inches to fold it. Cut it now. So Chris is here to help me in the cutting process. So I just folded it. Now I'm going to cut it into 2. Sure. So this is what we have. This is our wrapper. We will simply just look for the turn it by 2 inches here. 2 inches, fold it like this by 2 inches. Use ½ inch, fold the ½ inch like this, then fold 2 inches inward like this. Then simply fold ½ inch inward like this out of your 2 inches, then fold 1.5 like this. So that serves for the 2 inches and 4 inches we left here like this. Just save it. Do the same thing at the other side. Then you are done with your wrapper. If you want a wrapper that has a lapun, simply cut the selvage of the rest of your fabric like this. Cut about 8-10 inches. Cut it to be the length of your original wrapper. Simply sew it to extend it. That is how you add a lapun to it to make it longer. That is as simple as that. So now over to the cutting of the buba. As for my clients, her shoulder measurement, the half of her shoulder from her neck to where I showed you the other time, is 11.5. I'm going to add 1 inch to it to make it 12.5. The 1 inch that is the sewing allowance that I will use to stitch the sleeve to it, that will be 12.5. You could add ½ inch to it, 0.05 to it, but in my own case I'm going to add 1 inch to it. So as for the length of my clients, her length is 24 inches. 24 inches. The length of her buba is 24 inches. From this selvage, I'm simply going to place my measuring tape here and measure 25. The 24 inches, I will multiply it by 2, so that when I fold it, automatically I've cut my back and my front with it. So now I'm going to use the full length of this selvage to selvage the length for my client. It will be 40. This is 48 inches. Okay, yes, 48 inches when you measure it from the longest part. 48 inches. I hope everybody can see that. So 48 inches for the length of my client, 24 in front, 24 at the back, making 48. As for the width of my client, I earlier told you that the value you measured from the center of the back to where you want the sleeve to start from, you will multiply it by 4. When you multiply it by 4, that is how you get the circumference of your bust, your waist, the width. That is how you get the width of your buba. In this case, my client's own is 11.5. 11.5 times 4, that gives us 46 inches. So 46 inches, I need 1 inch allowance for the joining of the buba to the sleeve and the joining at both sides. That gives me that will be 47 inches. Now I'm going to measure the length of 48 inches and the width of 47 inches. Now let's do the folding. From here to here is 48 inches. So you simply fold it from selvage to selvage like this. So this is where I have the folding. This is the length of my buba, which is 24 inches at the back, 24 inches at the front. So now I want to fold it width-wisely. I want to fold the width out. I told you that my client's back to shoulder is 11.5. Now plus 1 inch seam allowance, that is 12.5. Now I'm simply going to fold it into 4 again like this. Then when you fold it into 4 like this, from the center folding like this, you measure 12, which means 11.5 plus 1 inch, that is 12.5. So you measure 12.5 from this folding to get the width. Now this is 11. Let me fold it more. So now I get my 12.5. Then you just simply cut. You cut. Our buba is folded into 4 now. It's folded into 4 places now. So let's just cut. Action. Okay, now that I've successfully folded my buba into 4, now cross check it to make sure that your folding is accurate. Now at the hem, 12.5, measure it. At the middle, measure it. Then here also at the shoulder area, measure your 12.5. Then get a long ruler and connect. Always make sure that whenever you are drafting, draft on the wrong side of your fabric. Never draft on the right side of your fabric, so that you won't ruin your cloth. So draw it straight down and cut. Action. So after cutting, this is what we have. Let me spread it out for you to see.